Yes, indeed. Good day, Larkin. How are you? You are the first. You are first for today. Are you surviving? Sarah Kingdom. Hi, welcome on in. How are you? That's a lot of A's. No, goddamn. I am dying, personally speaking, from the heat. I'm also, yeah, I was about to say, unsure about that. What do you mean? It's the day. The what? No, I know. God damn it. I can't turn on the lights. Sometimes that happens. Well, we have no lights today. That's gonna be it. Hi, Tony. Um, I did nothing. I mean, that's probably why we have no lights. But yeah, lights are not working. Yeah, 1 second, right? You want me to do the muscle time in the dark? That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. What do you mean I'm slow? Also, no, I saw your message earlier. Eh, easier to say that when I'm going live. All that. 1 second. I need to find things in places. Well, at least this one works, but it's not the one I wanted. Bitch. Ah. That's a stop. That's gonna be enough. All right, done. Oh, so. Oh, so. Oh. Because I can't do 20. That is the reason. Oh, I'm so dead. Okay, so I have some issues. Obviously, as you can tell, the hair. I can't. I can't today. That section right there. What the fuck is that? Um, you know that's the first thing. Second thing, it's hot as fuck. It is currently 30 degrees outside, and I don't I can't deal with that. Can't deal with that. So I'm dying. We're good with that. That happens. It's cool. I choose to not get a haircut. Yes, I choose to grow them to be able to bleach as much as possible uh, in one go. Go back to white. But not now. Not now. It's gonna come later. It's gonna come later. So that's the two most important news. The third most important news being the Japanese classes, which is the title of today's stream. The Japanese classes are finally finished for the paid for finished thing that I didn't pay for, and now I need to pay for my classes again. And I booked 2 classes for next week, and that cost me $200, almost 198. Ah, ah, that's expensive. Where do I need to grow my hair for that? That's a good question. well, we're gonna go into a hair-related stream. Here we go. Fine, walk on in. Um, the longest the hair is, the more bleach you can put in the hair, and the more bleach you can have in the hair at the same time, the more action can happen. And also, it traps heat and it bleaches more. So if you have just like a very, very small um, hair length, you can apply bleach and then just foil your head or put your head in plastic wraps, and then it bleaches wider. But if you have a lot of volume of hair, it is easier um, uh, to go to white. That's the first thing. Second thing is if you have length, you could have the hair salon person not touch the roots of your scalp so that it doesn't burn as much, but also it's it's a different type of bleach. So I could have a bit of a gradient going from natural color to bleached ends rather than the regular full white thing. And so it's easier to do such thing with some length. Techniques, techniques are everything. But yeah, dang. And no, I'm not going to change the title. It's like, like things like this, you know, like a bit of a transitions could be fun. So then maybe at some point. This is very new wave Japanese style. Most people are doing that. Uh, yeah, of course I'm going for the cute look. Of course. I'm not gonna do anything else. But there is like a some specific one that I've been seeing in the past that have roots not bleached and kind of length in the in the length, and it's pretty fun. So I like that. But we'll see. I don't know yet, but I need more length, and that's gonna happen later. You know, all that. Anyway, Sibin, hi, go on. Right? Shit like this. Cute. These. So I need length. I did the muscle time already, bitch. You didn't see. I did it. That's why I'm sweating already. And out of breath. I need to stop looking at this. Otherwise, I'm gonna just do that. So yeah, that's these are the most important news, Malcolm. The hair is bad, all of that. I have received the all that we talked about last stream. It's pretty good. The one that I have is the spray one. It's not the oil with uh the drop thingy. It's the spray thing. Um, so that is pretty good. It doesn't make the hair too dry. Right now, I don't have any oil in my hair, so it's kind of not the greatest. But as a base, it's pretty good. And it smells great, which is the main point, the main reason why I bought it, because the shampoo itself smells amazing, and the oil spray is the same. So that's pretty good. And yeah, I also side derail from myself to myself. Normal stuff around here, because my hair are longer. I can see that the weight of it is pulling my hair more, so I have some thinning happening faster than if I didn't have that length. So I'm also growing my hair in preemptive actions of there will be a time where I will just shave my head, because having receding hairline, receding too much, I'm gonna shave. I'm gonna go for the like classic. uh, you know, I, I it's gonna happen. Like I don't really have a choice. So I'm gonna grow what I can grow, and I'm gonna shave what I can't grow anymore, and that's gonna happen. But that's not for now. So for now, long hair. It's preemptively uh, using the hair that I have as a base, because that's necessary to know. Anyways, I appreciate the compliments, Evan. So yeah, that's about it. And Larkin, why did you say that we did have to celebrate or what did you say exactly? You said we needed to do what? We're supposed to do a party. Why? Why? Oh, dang. I see. Yeah, I mean that's an impressive streak. That is an impressive streak. I can't deny that. Good job. 100 stream in a row. It's kind of crazy. I appreciate it. That's probably 5 months, 6 months, which is impressive. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's a lot. I could have uh, made a sneaky Sunday stream just to cut that. But yeah, good job. Good job on her 100. I don't know what type of party you kind of want, but yeah. It's there is still the underscore because the original one has been taken. He had it, he changed it, and now he doesn't have it anymore, and someone else took it, which makes sense. So, you know, and on some of the news, Sony news that might be interesting to you, but it might be kind of complicated and hard to put in place. Um, this exists. And it's an horizontal stream, like the horizontal stream that we have at the bottom of the stream right now. This contains all of the potential streaming platform that we want. The main issue that I have is that this thing requires StreamerBot and StreamUp to work. And because I'm streaming from the Mac, StreamerBot and StreamUp don't work, therefore I'm fucked. So we'll see. We'll see how I can do that. If I can do that through the PC, get the browser source on the Mac and still have it work. I don't know. I don't know. It might work because yeah, it might work. That's what I'm gonna say. I don't know. But the output of this is I don't know if we have like a screenshot or something. I don't think we do. Is basically the stream chat at the bottom the same with the icons of the platforms from which things are uh, streaming. So if I'm streaming or if someone is sending like a message on YouTube, you will have like a bit of a YouTube icon in the front. If someone is streaming or sending a message on Twitch, you will have a Twitch icon in front. So that way you know when I'm replying to someone through the camera, because I see all messages, but I don't see, or you don't see these messages. So that's In the work, it's there. I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know how it's gonna work, but it's an option, and I'm gonna see if I can make it work. If I can't, that's sad. If I can, that's good. That's a good side news thingy. um, yeah, just to let you know, just that, just to let you know, that's a pretty good thing. Second thing or third thing, technically from the product perspective, I finally decided to move on from iOS 15 as a library to iOS 18 as a library. So now we have the official human interface guidelines components for iOS 18, and uh, yeah, it's a thing. E1 or E10X2. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Hi, welcome in from Super Vertical. How are you? Also, tell me how I should pronounce the name. I want to know. E1. I mean, it's not a zero. It's an O, so it's probably E1 Ox. I don't I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, so that's a good news that we have a new library added, and now I can probably send things to this section of files. Having like the mobile version with the right components in the right place. Yes, I am also streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and in YouTube Vertical as well. So if you're on Vertical and it looks tiny, maybe you can move into the horizontal version. And if you are on Twitch, you prefer YouTube, move to YouTube. If you prefer Twitch and you're on YouTube, you can move to Twitch. All that actions, movement, good stuff for me. And yeah, the underscore is a bit of a weird thing. Same thing, like AOA is a platform or is someone that exists on Twitch but doesn't exist as much. Like if I go to um here, that's an account. That's an account that exists. I want that name. I can't have that because I don't know if that person is actually active or if they're just some of the first account that are auto-generated because it's a four-letter account. And that might have been the case, specifically in AA. Like AA is really in the first generation of four letters account. So that might be the case. There is nothing in the about section. There is nothing in the schedule. There is nothing in the video. There has never been a stream as far as I know. And they only have 4 followers. And I wish I could, I don't know, reach out to Twitch and say, give me that. But no. So, that could be cool. That could be cool for me to get it back. Not back, like get it. It's just easier every way. Anyways, yeah. I do agree with that. I don't know. Maybe that person is extremely active and we don't know. Like maybe that's a person that has like a ton of following, watches stream every day for 15 hours. I don't know. I don't know. We can't know. But I would appreciate like an inactive policy, yes. And because I'm not a partner and I'm not like big enough in terms of following and in terms of viewership as a general stream amount, I don't have the reach that I could or should have to be able to like remove someone from the platform if they have been inactive for a long time. So that One day, maybe. In the thing that we need to have a look at, I'm scared now. Uh, nah, God damn it, wasn't planned. How did I move things around? I did move things around without really wanting to move the right thing in the right place. Anyways, that well, I don't think that. Hmm. I wish there was like a button to remove cache and things on Arc, but that's not the case. Ah, that loading is so cute. Ah, oh, I see. Well, that's not the me issue then. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Specifics. I need specifics from you, Stony, right now. What are the specific pages after the main navigations that you need to have done, or that you need like a layout definition for? Also, this fucking thing, I don't know how you end up with this, but when you sent me the screenshot, it wasn't on my side, and now that I reloaded the page for the 5th time, it is. Makes no sense. So, you know, I don't I don't get it, right? I'm not. That's a Figma thing for all I know, and that should I should have the option to reset the thing, right? No? See, that's that yeah, that makes no sense. How do I reset the thing? Like, how do I reset something from inside of a component? How is that not an option, Figma? I'm gonna kill people. Yeah, I don't get it. It's not supposed to happen. See, in the background shouldn't have changed. Oh. Cool. So Study has sent me some screenshots of what has been created, which is pretty good, with the two versions, one version with the bigger menu, one version with the tab bar, so that we have both, and then also uh, one version open of both, so that we have these. That shadow is attached. That shadow is attached. I had to say. Well, you know, overall pretty good. And then this one is pretty cute. I'm unsure about the black on dark purple. Um, and I'm unsure about the fact that this one and this one don't use the same background color. Hmm, right? Like, please, please make sure that they are like together, that they make sense. It should. To me, it should be coming from the theme, therefore it should be the exact same component twice. Um, but I don't. Obviously, I don't know. So yeah, that happens. Also, uh, now that I'm talking about code without talking about code directly, the XML file that I talked about last stream was different today. So now it's bigger. And coding was missing. Hi, welcome on in. How are you? Who are you? How did you find the stream? Yes, I am a UI UX designer without the S at the yes, I am. I am the helping designer. So if you have any design questions, feel free to ask, as always. And I do it on the YouTube side. If you want like a better chat experience, you can come to Twitch. But if that's not your vibe, you can stay on YouTube. That's fine as well. Both platforms are good. Um, yeah, the new file that I have, um, which is this one. Uh, Damn, that's heavy. Uh, when you think about like the content of an XML file, which is basically just letters, um, yeah, that's a tad big. That is a tad big. Uh, and Sipit, thank you for switching some. I appreciate that. So yeah, um, I now need to even. I mean, I'm trying to implement the regular one, the dash E before the dash ML, and already it is complicated. So mm, that's gonna be hard. That is gonna be hard. But you know, eh, eh, we'll see. Does it need to be XML? No, it doesn't need to be XML. The thing is, the transformation from the XML to JSON is not necessarily going to be lighter. And also, most of the thing that I saw online, obviously, they are like websites. They are limited by an upload size limit for files. So I need to basically use a Python script to transform from XML to JSON, which is easy to install and to have, but it's Python. It's not installed on my machine. It's not. So that, and also the XML file itself is so bad. Like the structure of it makes no sense. So all that. Yes, you would. I mean, I would save some space. The one that was like 15 megabytes was reduced to like 1 megabyte, which is really good as a reduction overall. Retro, hi, welcome. How are you? Who are you? How did you find the stream? Same question. So that's a thing, and we'll see if maybe I figure it out or not. But for now, it's I'm entering the cosmetic era of that project mostly. The functionalities of the project is okay so far. So I need the cosmetic to be good in order to be able to potentially talk about it on stream. Also, I'm missing some things. That's why I'm still using the fucking XML thing. But yeah, anyways, you said some things to me that I didn't see. You said the full definition for the carousel navigation has placement for the sidebar. Please say that again in a way that I can understand it, please. The full definition for the carousel navigation as a replacement for the sidebar would be nice. Is it just an explanation, or do you need more information from me? Because for me, it's really simple. It's just if you are on the library section, each carousel is one of your library as a preview, and it contains 12 elements tops. And then if you click on see more, or if you click on the last element that should be a see more thing, you arrive on the page itself with technically a back button at the top that I didn't add right there. But yeah, I appreciate that, Retro. I appreciate it. Today's year has been pretty good. A bit tired, a bit less wealthy than yesterday. Um, I'm trying to make it in a way that makes sense to you. Basically, bitch. It's as if you had this as an option, and you basically this thing, which is the recommendation, is at the top of the navigation. So when you enter that page right here, you have recommendation number one, and then you have anime, and then you have film or movies, then you have series, and God, you can't hold on. And so all of that, it's basically the same thing. So then, to me at least, yeah, right. That's the that's the basics. So it's as if you did that. And Ritual, for your question, what do you mean by versioning? As in design, or as in dev? Because I don't. I mean, I don't dev. So. Does that help, Stoney, as a representation? So it's basically that you have your header that is basically your link to the page, the same thing that we had in the sidebar navigation, and then underneath we added some content as previews to ensure that the user has like a bit of a hint of what is accessible. So let's say these 12 maximum, not more, elements here. Maybe they are loaded by the latest upload on that library. Maybe they are loaded randomly, and so you have things that are pushed to you on that page randomly. You don't really know. Maybe they are recommended to you based on what you've watched lately. I don't know. That's on you. You decide what you want to do and how you want to do it. But I think that's the easiest way to see it. And then the entire header right here is clickable. So if you click on the title, it goes to the anime page. If you click on see more, it goes to the anime page, and the anime page is going to be or the whatever page is going to be this, which is where I was saying earlier, maybe here we need like a header with a back button.
Stony_Eagle gifted the Gothic Storyteller a subscription.
What?
Stony_Eagle gifted a
What?
tier 1 sub to the Gothic Storyteller.
Appreciate it.
They have given 128 gift subs in the channel.
Appreciate it. Yeah, no, Retro, for your question, I don't understand in entirety. But if your question is basically just design wise, how do I handle versioning? I kind of don't. The Figma file is basically always up to date, and it's the most up to date version of the thing that I have done. And then if I have something that needs to be saved as a save design because I think it's going to be useful later, I'm going to place it in the mess or the graveyard, depending on the file that you are looking at, which is just at the bottom, doing things.
Miss Pixie raided my stream with 17 viewers.
Miss Pixie, hi, welcome in. How are you? Who are you? Thanks a lot for the raid. I appreciate it. As always, if you want to raid and run, do that. But hi, welcome on in. I'm Away. I'm the helping designer. So if you have any design questions, feel free to ask. As always, I hope your stream was good. And yeah, if you want to stay here and tell us what you were up to, do that. But if you want to sleep, eat, do that as well. It's appreciated. That is appreciated. Welcome on. I think I've seen you around, but I don't remember, obviously. So yeah, that. It's going pretty good. It is going pretty good. I used to do Japanese class, and I still do Japanese class, but they were free. And now they're not, and it's expensive. So yeah, that happens. And Retro, for your question about the no, you're good. Don't worry about it. For your explanation about the versioning, you see, the designer often happens to have a work on a component that was part of a flow. I just added it to the dev. If I detach from components, then it becomes more of a mess. Yes. When updates needs to be made to the previously handled off design. Cool. Let me reformat that. We have different things to handle these issues, as in the most common one is to not use Figma as a dev handler transition. So if you are using Figma right now, as you just said, and you have a component somewhere and I'm doing some changes and the dev just worked on the previous version, they come back to the file and the component has changed, they need to redo the thing again, which is bad. So to avoid that, we're using this magnificent app, which is called Zeppelin. And Zeppelin is not a versioning app per se, but it is a pretty good, I think I need the that. It is a pretty good app overall to give you like a, how can I say that? A code extract for the devs. But the most important thing is that it is a fixed version of the design. So you upload with the Zeppelin plugin, you upload your things directly from Figma, from whatever tool you have, to Zeppelin, and then the dev get access to that app, and it's a fixed in time version. You also have, I think, Avocado, which is another similar app. I have less experience with it. So that's the thing. I think the dev tool in Figma are kind of shit. Compared to the Zeppelin one, to be honest. Like the content that you get from or for the devs in Zeppelin is a bit better. The code is a bit cleaner, and the like overall prototype and thing that the dev can have access to is overall better than what Figma has. I do understand that if you wanted to have everything in Figma, it would be better, but also my main point here is going to be this. That's a selling point if I haven't seen one. So you can have that with, like, if you just have one project in your company, and or you just have one project going on at a certain time, then the thing is free. And you want to have it. Good luck. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. So if that's your thing, but even if you have like more than a couple projects, you can host the different projects in different like person's accounts. Like one person can have one project and then invite you to that project. So if you have multiple designers, you can also do that. Pretty easy to do. It's a simple way to handle multiple people, multiple things happening all day. Nonetheless, that's a detail, I would say. This pretty good so far, and a bit better than Figma overall. But if you need a paid one, it's still cheaper to just pay $35 per month for 3 projects, or $63 per month for 6 projects if you have like 6 projects, because you have unlimited users compared to that, where if you want your dev to have access to dev modes, they're gonna need to pay basically $45 a month each. Not just one, each of them. And so you can trick them as well with the same thing, with giving them access with like one singular dev account that is paid for with a professional team, and that's it. They have access to the company, but that's like not the greatest. And also, if you have like to leave comments, some people will have like different or the same name for leaving comments. So it's kind of not good. I don't like that. And they're good content on how to use Zeppelin or how. I mean, when I used Zeppelin, I was using Sketch rather than Figma, so it was pretty simple. And so with Sketch, you have also other apps that are better for versioning, if that's the thing that is really important to you. The other things here, going back to the versioning question, I use that as well when it comes to me being access to version control and checking things. Like when things have changed, what happened, who made the change? Is it me? Is it someone else? Or is it broken? Someone else took something. All that. So the versioning in Figma, like the version control, version history in Figma is pretty good to go back to something. But to go back to the main point, to avoid the dev working on something that needs to be like that is currently in the work, because that's usually the point, you can use the Destroyer plugin. Destroyer has a really good set of things, I would say. I know it sounds bad, but it's a set of actions. God damn it! Yeah, that's not gonna work. That gonna work. God dang, these bitches are annoying. Thank you, appreciate that. So this really can give you the option to remove anything that is component related. And so you can have the dev access a page that has been destroyed. Therefore, everything in there is a copy paste from the main page of the design at a very specific point. That way, everything in there is going to just be static and cannot change, cannot be updated ever. So that's the thing. Also, that sheet height. Work on it. I'll wait with the API versioning so you can load the page. I don't know what that is, so maybe. Maybe. So yeah, that could work. Retro, maybe, potentially, as a versioning option to help you have something that is somewhere. Like static version for the dev specifically, you would just have like a page at the top saying for the devs with everything. That's a pretty good thing or pretty good option. But I do agree with the fact that like then if you make a tiny change on a very specific page, you need to make sure that you delete everything in the dev file and then uh, repaste, redestroy the entire page. Maybe, so I don't know. Might be time consuming. The other thing that you can do, I know it's gonna sound weird, but the other thing that you can do is have a chat with your dev and just say, "Oh, by the way, I'm working on this component that I sent in the previous release. It needs to be updated. Here are the changes. I hope you haven't worked on that just yet. If you have, keep the original one and work on that change later if it's not breaking changes. If it is, you just say, I'm sorry. It's just, you need to work on that again." So, yeah. And also, you work on it. I mean, this stream overall is design help in general. And so, then um, I'm answering questions about design and things and whatever. I mean, we talked about hair and other activities in the past. So yeah. And Stoney, you said the documentation stuff is broken in loading, it crashes the server. So I might wait. I might wait for it to work. And Abdallah, yes. A designer portfolio or developer portfolio. I mean, developer portfolio are usually done. A designer portfolio is never done, and a designer portfolio is never a project that you like to do as your own. One of the half recommendation that I have for portfolio creation is to do it for your friend. Like you do your friend's portfolio and your friend is doing your portfolio. That's not true, but that's the way that you say it in your head, because doing something for someone else is way easier than doing something for yourself when you need to make things look good. So let's say Stony wanted like a portfolio and doesn't know how to do that in a design way. I can make the portfolio for Stony and he could make mine. If that was the case, then he wouldn't make mine, that I wouldn't do it. No. Anyways, the end would just be when I'm building the things, I would just say the logo is going to be Stony's logo in the beginning, but then at the end, because I don't have Stony's content, I'm just going to use my own. And so at the end, I just have to change the logo. But in my head, while doing the portfolio, I'm just basically convincing myself that I'm doing it for Stony and not for myself. Therefore, the design is better. I don't know if that made sense, but that's a way of pushing through. Because you're making it for a client that is not yourself. And that's, I don't know, it worked in the past. So, or if you really have like friendly dev or dev and designer friends um, that are willing to do your portfolio themselves, and then you do them for real. Like they give you data, you give them data, their work. It's the opposite. And then at the end of the month of challenges, just exchange files, and then you're good. You know, it's a pretty good thing. Uh, And retro, yes, I agree with that. The talking to dev is time consuming as well, but it just one of the things that I could recommend you to do then, if that's a thing that happens often, is to avoid it as much as you can. So make sure that you have a list of things to do in your design project, and then maybe have like a checkbox space of components, or I don't know how you manage your project, but you can say, well, in this release, we have all of these components that have been released, and they really are done for the devs, and the devs are going to receive these versions, and they are going to work on these versions, and that's it. And so now, me as the designer, I'm not going to edit these components because they are in the work. Like, unless I'm seeing something that is absolutely breaking, I'm probably not going to change them. I'm going to stay on my side and say, okay, these are for the devs for now. All right, we're going. I'm doing good. I'm too hot. Kinda, as always. In a way. All day. What are you eating for lunch? Oh, I need to do that now. My mistake. Shrimp soup and rice. I see. I see. Ah, fuck. I forgot that detail right there. And I forgot that. Certainly, we're gonna end up with the Spotify one. I'm sorry, I didn't want to, but we don't have a choice. I know we have a choice, but like having a blurred thing is not making a lot of sense. So having that is gonna be easier to wrap around, and I mean we could do that. Right, that's an option. That floaty is gonna be better. I know, I know. But just because it's the floating player, it kind of makes sense. Um, Otherwise, 1 second before you do that. Otherwise, you extend the tab bar at the bottom with it inside. I'm gonna attempt something. Forgot. I forgot that. I feel like it's gonna just take way too much space if we have that. I mean, it's an option. It goes inside of the bottom bar. You tell me. It's flat this way. My Japanese class, I'm taking Japanese class every week. I've been taking Japanese class since May, since I came back. Um, so been doing that, and basically in France we have the something called the CPF, which is the a fund for formation and trainings. And because I've been working for so long, I had a ton of cash in there that I can only use for training, and I figured that I could use that for Japanese classes. And so until today, my Japanese classes were free, um, and now I have to pay again, and it's expensive. It's expensive. It's I took I took what I took two-hour classes, and that costed me 188 and 98 euros. I mean, I can give you sentences, but what sentences do you want? I mean, welcome is just yokoso. Yokoso is welcome, and welcome everybody is going to be minasan yokoso, which is so simple. Japanese speaking is extremely simple. Like if you're someone that wants to learn Japanese, I'm gonna derail myself onto Japanese learning now. Um, like speaking is the easiest shit ever. Like there is no plurial. Plurial is really French. Multiples. So when you have multiple things, it's usually contextual. You don't really have a feminine or masculine version of the same words. It's two different words for the two genera that exist in Japanese. There is also neutral, which is most of the things are neutral. There is no future. That sounds weird. But everything's in present, and like if I'm saying ringo o tabemasu, and which means I'm eating an apple, or I eat apple, basically. It- if I say I eat apple and I don't, which is the case, then it implies that I will eat an apple, which is future. The past is ringo o tabeta, which is past. Ta at the end of the conjugation of the verb is going to be past. And that's about it. And after that, you just have like vocabulary to learn. Japanese is extremely simple. I mean, to me, to speak, it is one of the easiest language to learn right now. I am lacking vocabulary, and that's what I'm learning with my teacher most of the time. And grammar is not useful. Um, I think fluency, if I go into the N level, N5 to N1, I think fluency speaking in the regular day-to-day thing, I'm in N3, which is like middle ground, daily conversation plus business type of conversation. Potentially N2 because I have some grammatical understanding of placement and things. But then when it comes to reading, I'm basically at N5, N4, like a top level N5, entry level N4, because I can't. I mean, I can read, but I can't understand what I'm reading because I'm lacking vocabulary. One of the things that we have done and used and showcased on stream multiple times is I'm reading books, and so some of the books that we have, this one which is the frog one, which is pretty cute overall. Um, Reading when you have the furigana at the top is extremely easy. This kanji right here is kaeru, and now I can read that because it's right on top of it. So kaeru ga naideiru, neiru, or teiru, depending on how you want to familiarize the thing. It is extremely easy. However, um, ga naiteiru, I have no fucking clue what that means. I can read it. I don't understand it at all. So that's kind of sad. But I can read. Like I've been reading a book that is currently on a level that is way higher than mine, my current real uh, level, and it is readable. Um, like this is 今日はどうしましたか?今日はどうしましたか? Which means like what do you want to do today? And that is the question that the hairdresser is asking the client. So that I understand. That makes sense because this is a common phrase. So I've used that and I've listened to that when I was living in Japan. But then the rest, this is kind of more complicated where the eto is just the uh, section. 女性でも大丈夫なんですよね. That I think, from my understanding, because I already read that page, from what I understand, is Jose being the stylist, the hairstylist. Jose でも大丈夫なんですよ. Say kind of what do you recommend or whatever you want to do. I don't really care type of situation. But then there is a ton of things and a ton of kanji in that entire section that I don't know. And yeah, I just need to practice reading and speaking. And reading doesn't help because when I'm reading and don't understand what I'm reading, yes, I'm reading things, but I don't know context. I don't understand what's happening. I don't see the gesture that the people are doing. So that's really hard. And so that's why right now with my teacher, we are mostly doing some speaking practice and chatting practice. We have like a subject or video to talk about, and then we just have a chat about it for like 2 hours. But yeah, it is, again, reading without understanding is extremely easy as well once you have the basic understanding of uh, dang. Once you know how to read these characters, which is the basics of the alphabets in Japanese, like the hiragana and katakana, this one is just the hiragana ones. It's the same thing. Once you have this, you can read. And once you have a text that has furigana, you can read it as well. It's really good. It's really easy. It's really simple. But understanding, yeah, they do. Which is the kind of hard part thingy. So when you have like a full sentence, this one is a bit of a tale, not a real story that takes place in the real world. But anyways, this section right here is hiragana, and then this is a kanji, and then this is hiragana, but it's hiragana that is bound to that kanji. So that's chisai, which is tiny. Um, and then machi is one singular kanji that means town or village. Um, and have a good rest of your day, Retro. Thanks a lot for your question and for stopping by. I appreciate that. Take care of yourself. So that, right, they are mixing and matching things. And when you are coming into like the salon one, for example, is using, I'm gonna see if I have one of these. Yeah, right there. God damn it. Bitch. Bye. You have ja kato. Kato right here is these characters are katakana, and katakana are words that are coming from abroad. So kato is cut in English, and so kato to kaoso kaosori. Um, so that is mixed together into everything. So taoru, which means towel. It's pretty simple. Once you understand how to read these characters as well, it's gonna be faster. But katakana are every time I'm seeing them, they are the most hardest thing to read because I know that it's coming from a word that is foreign word, but sometimes it's coming from German, sometimes it's coming from French, sometimes it's coming from Italian, English. These two that I just took are mostly English, but yeah, that is complicated, and I have a really hard time to read them for some reason. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, foreign terms, any terms that is something that didn't exist as an element in Japan when the thing in question arrived. So, for example, uh, coffee wasn't really a thing because they had tea, and so when it arrived, they learned that the thing was coffee, and so now it's kohi. It's an elongated um, uh, kohi. Kohi is coffee. You have a lot of things as melon. Melon is going to be a melon. Orange is going to be an orange. It's also the color orange. Pink is pink for the color. It used to have a specific word in Japanese, but then it changed and it's now more used in the English version. I think it makes more sense. Basically, when I'm talking with designers in Japan, almost 60 to 70% of the conversation is using English words with a Japanese accent. Yes, it is basically English pronounced as Japanese. And so if you are someone that is coming to Japan and you learn like a basic of Japanese to get by on the day to day, and one day you come somewhere in Japan and you don't really know how to say something, you can try say the thing in English with a Japanese accent, and sometimes it works because that exists. Like a store is going to be store. Store. The R at the end is usually an A, elongated A. So we use it's sad that I don't have the katakana one here, but we use the elongated character to like have the emphasis. You can just call ChatGPT, yes, that's also a thing, but I mean, it's good to have like a bit of a base. And going to what you said earlier, which is it looked like a village. Um, Basically, the the kanjis are usually coming from pictograms. So Yama, which is mountains, usually this is a mountain range that you see. So there is taller and smaller and all of that. And so the kanji itself represents that. River, which is kawa, you have rivers and you have the flow of the river in the middle. And instead of having just one line that is flowy, they just set multiple, and with time, with speed, you end up with these type of rendering. For example, one of the things that I have kind of like to see is this. Do I have them right there? This is Chinese calligraphy, so it's not exactly the same, but the characters, because kanjis are basically Chinese characters, these are the current state of Chinese writing and how people are writing the characters themselves. So when you're looking at the green character in the background, you see how things are basically changing in the regular writing. Like you see how complex that kanji in the background is. This is how it ends up in handwriting. So all of that basically happened when they were writing things in kanji in the past, and then with time it just became easier and easier. So this is like a rice field, and rice field were like enclosed into squares to be easier to manage, and so the character for it is really simple. And you have all of that. There are some of them that just makes no sense, but most of the things kind of makes sense the more that you look at it. Um, so all that to me is really interesting and really important to know. And I'm looking for I mean, the matching one is really the same. Um, but yeah, that's I don't think I could sign in Japanese, but also it's kind of the same idea anyways. So yeah, so that's the to me that's my goal in my writing right now. God damn it, 1 second. Right now, my personal writing is not as good, obviously. But like it kind of works. It's a working version, and it's not the best, obviously. But someone that can read would read, would be able to read that. Uh, and so that's the practice, and I've been practicing and practicing and practicing. Yeah. So the goal is to achieve that level of smoothness when I'm writing Japanese in the future, but for now, it's not the thing. I know that how I learn English in the first year or two, I basically have had everything in English, and when I had like a good enough understanding of the English language, I started to switch my phone, my computer, um, anything that I could to English, which made sense to me at the time. Still makes sense. I still think that right now English is kind of the best option for digital stuff. Um, but you know, switch to things. How long does it take you to write those? Not so long. I basically have like a base. Um, I basically use that, which is the NHK Use Easy website, which is really useful because is a website that has news, as the name implies, with words that are easy to understand, but also that has the furigana on top. And when there is a word that is a bit complex, they also have like a bit of an explanation of what it is. It it's not the best explanation every time, but it kind of helps. And so for writing, usually what I do is I'm getting one of the news and I'm just copying what I'm seeing. Uh, the thing that is kind of annoying with kanji is that the characters have like a stroke order. So, for example, that character here, the kaku, is gonna have uh, yeah, yeah. It has an order, and so it makes sense to follow said order. Um, if you don't, it looks weird to someone that knows. To someone that doesn't, it doesn't look weird because you don't know how or what to look for. But it can look kind of weird if you don't pay attention. There's a thing that I sent to CAD earlier this week, which is this. Let me see if I can find it again between all of the asses. I showed that to my Japanese teacher this morning, so she laughed as well, which is good. Where you at? Where is this thing? I'm gonna do that. It's gonna be faster. We said way too many. Way too many. This thing. No, not that. These two characters are different. Yes, they are. And I saw the difference. I wouldn't be able to recognize the difference if I was in a like reading something. I may be able to read it in the right way, mainly because of the surrounding elements. But these two characters are different. I need the I kind of need my iPad or something. Um, basically, I'm gonna try that. That's gonna be weird, but maybe it works. I doubt it. The start is the same, so they both start with the. Oh, God damn it! This is gonna need to be like a tad bigger. They both start with this line right there, and then they have the vertical line, which is there. That's fine. Then you have that and that. So far, so good, right? Then the difference comes here. You have, so let me do the second one underneath so that we have the two differences. This one is starting with a small thing and then a regular line followed by that and then this. And the second one is doing this followed by this and then that. So this one has a teeny tiny amount of more ink right there. And so it's two different radicals. The top is the I forgot the radical at the top, and then the second one is the second radical. The reason why they are playing with this is the typography that they used is a very heavy typography, and so that's why it is more complex to see. But if I'm just zooming on it and dropping my hand here, you can potentially see that God damn it. That teeny tiny pixel that doesn't exist here. That's the difference. That's the only difference. Right. So that that's fun. That's fun. And also kanji as a base. Uh, there is a little amount of kanji in the world. So like right now, right? This is the N5 level. The N5 level is limited to like 70, 70, 39 exactly. The N4 level is 100 166 on top of the first 79. The N3 level is 367. And then let's go to N1 because that's the fun part. N1 is 1,232. Yeah, just for N1. N2 is about the same, 700 and something. So you have like 80 in the beginning. You're like, oh, cool, that's easy. See, if it's the same for everything, I'm good with it. Yeah, it's not. Most of Japanese people don't really know kanjis, and specifically now, they know even less than before because uh, there's something called your computer or your phone that is basically doing the work for you because you know how the thing sounds. And for example, I could write something in Japanese directly. Um, right there and say, I don't know. God damn it. Right? That just means I'm French. Not that it does anything, but it just means I'm French. And the creation of that kanji specifically was just me typing the characters, which is wa, ta, shi, and it turned it automatically into the kanji itself. So if you know how to pronounce things, you're good to type, which is pretty good, pretty useful for me, instead of having that. So that's why it's like, even for Japanese people now, it's even hard. And N1 level, a lot of foreigners that have N1 level do not have or have more understanding of kanji than some people. And the cat in question is this one. Cute cat. As always. Cute cat. But yeah, no, that thing specifically here is a game show in Japan of people trying to decipher what kanji is what kanji and what are the differences, and can these people, these two contestants right there, can they write the right meaning for each? And they do, because these are Japanese scholars, language scholars, and they have the right understanding of the kanjis faster. So this one is kaki, this one is ko, kokeko, didn't read that. Kokera. Kaki, kokera. I don't know what the game show is. It's probably that. But I can't read that. 日本の一番の、that's about it. I can't go past that. I can read the beginning, but yeah, that's about it. So yeah, even for Japanese people, it's kind of complicated at times, which I understand. So yeah, reading the news. Going back to what I was saying, reading the news on NHK News, easy. It's pretty good because it's simple news with really basics, context, and understanding. It also up-to-date news, which is really important if I just want to keep in touch with what's happening in Japan, without just using the English translation. It's pretty good, and as always, because computers are computers, that happens. Brain King, that's kind of crazy. I don't, maybe. I mean, I can see that. I can see that as an option. Yes. But yeah, that's the Japanese lessons that we're talking about in the title, which is the biggest derail that we have done in a while. Appreciate it. Stoney, you tell me when the API works and when we can have access to it on mobile directly. It would be good so that I can check things. But you know, not necessary. Going back to where we were before everything broke. You get that? We good? Can I delete that pages or those two things? Or do you need that to understand? Do you still need like some explanation on that? I do think we still need something, so I'm gonna work on that section though, because that is important. You need to have a header. I feel like the header is gonna kind of need to be there, and it's not gonna be this, but it's gonna be this. Which means we need a third version. I need to get rid of the Japanese typing. That is gonna be status, logo, and a third one called navigation. we're gonna use with what title do we want? I guess it's not the best, but it's gonna work. Have a good look. Appreciate it. That's a small hour. uh, maybe. Maybe. Hmm. I guess. I guess that's gonna kind of work. Oh, not that. I would do that. I would do that. Maybe with the native, depending on what you have access to, as always, native retractable elements that could be interesting. Like the fact that these things, for example, when you are here, they're for height, and then when you start scrolling, the title is just going back up in the center of the element. I don't know if that's a thing. I'm using that as a reference. I'm not saying that it's the thing that needs to be done. As always, could be useful. Get that as a basic potential, which also is good because that would help with the with the albums. Maybe. Have you tried, by the way, I don't remember you tried. Have you tried the 3x3 instead of 2x2 for the grid? I have a feeling that it could work on some devices if you don't want that on your device because your screen is smaller or something. I don't know. I really feel like some of the biggest phones out there are gonna be better with that. Right. Again, maybe it doesn't work on your screen, and that's fine. It's just like maybe there is a min width, max width that we can have on the overall, um, like yeah, overall card itself, saying that the minimum is going to be, I don't know, this, which is like 115 and 110 in width, and the maximum is going to be 180 or 190, I don't know. And if you have a screen like a tablet screen, which is in between a desktop and a non-desktop, maybe for a laptop and like a phone, you could have like more than three on a tablet. Because if on tablet, that's the thing that happens. I would rather have that in a way that makes sense. Also, if you are in a browser-based thing, it means that the browser base can, like, if the person rotates their phone, you have like an horizontal thing, and so having that in horizontal is going to be kind of bad. Um, Knowing that you have like the everything, bottom bar is taking half of the screen, and the top bar is going to take half of the screen. It's going to be kind of hard to justify. Anyways, yeah, yeah, you do that. Doesn't mean it's gonna be um, everyone that does that. But yeah, yeah. No, I know what you mean by you lock on your side. It is unlockable though. Ah, for fuck's sake. Uh, the build option for this thing is not an option. And that pisses me off. Oh yeah. It's fine. Thinking. Uh, mm, it's not gonna work. Is it? Yeah. that's gonna work. Cool. So this one is gonna have a show now playing true false. It's a default, and they are all gonna be set to the bottom of their frames. Set bottom, left, and right. Cool. That works. That works. That way we have the base. It's enclosed in it. I'm unsure about the transparency of it, so that's a bit of a debate. I don't know. I don't see it as a negative point. I see it as a potential bad thing in terms of readability and looking at the things. Same thing that I said last time. Maybe these could go into the misc icons player thingy to have like the solid icons. Maybe that seems to have been kind of broken at that instant. So then, just to be like thicker, I don't know if you want to use that. That's an option to just use the secondary icon specifically for the players that we have right there. Does that make sense? You know, that might make sense. I think they do, yeah. I think they are in the latest version. Unsure though, because you know, unsure. What? Yeah. Half is not necessary. It's useful. It's useful. I don't know if that's an absolute necessary thing. Bitch, what the fuck is happening with that? Sorry, my phone is doing things. 7930, that's pretty cute. I'm guessing we're gonna end up at 7979 today. Yeah, no, I know you're using the right icons right now. The player icons in line, which is good. Which is fine. Everything is okay. This is okay. It's just that I have a bit of an issue with the stop icon, and so that's why I added the misc icon, miscellaneous icons in solid. Because it needed like a bit more impact on the player specifically, so that's why I changed that. It's not, it's not necessary thing. Um. Ah. Nah. You can't. These ones are this is a very specific thing. Face, fine. Well, come on in. Good day. How are you? It's a. Maybe because these are very much for you and not for anything else. I can do that. You know, just so that you have access to these icons. Because they don't need to be in the Mom UI kit. They could. They are. Don't need to. But that way, if you wanted to have access to them, you can. They are very separate things specific for the player. And I'm almost sure that we are missing some icons. Um, if I'm taking some references from just juxtaposed icons section somehow there. Like there is a ton of icons that we don't have, and there's a ton of icons that we do have that are specific to Spotify redesign. We have most of them, just in case in that entire set of icons there are specifics that you want or would like to have. Again, just let me know. Because I haven't yet. No, it is on my homepage. It is on my homepage. I feel like these icons are not necessary. Maybe these, but they. Josh, hi. Good day. How are you? How's your day going? Yeah, I don't know. Nonetheless, it doesn't change shit in the fact that these are the basics native, not native, like most simplest version of the player icon in a bold way, in order to ensure that we have like a better understanding of it, which is what I used on the player section here, so that they are easier to read on desktop. Mostly that one. The main issue that I have had here was it looked like a checkbox when you're using the outline version. It just looked like a fucking checkbox. So that's not good. That's why I needed to change that and ensuring that this was easier to read and easier to see from further away. I decided to make them a bit thicker. So that is the reason. I do agree that in some places I still use the other line icon, so I feel like it's still more sophisticated, you know, for icons. But for the play button, for the pause and stop button, I feel like there is something about it that needs to be like kind of thicker and more heavy for the user to understand and recognize the play icon specifically. Like most of the play icons in Spotify is going to be like solid. You don't really have an outline version for the forward, backward options. The pose is heavier. Like these lines right there are like 420 technically. It's kind of fun. These lines here are 2, so the pose icon itself is double the size as the regular icon sizes. So that kind of makes sense. Also, I don't understand how she ended up with like covers in her icons. That breaks my brain. But you know, details. Yeah, these ones are 1.4, this one are 2, so they kind of, it kind of makes sense. So all that, right? Impactful for the players that came back with some research on players. So I had to change that, and now you have them. That's what I was thinking. You might shall potentially use that as well. That's to tell you that you may have the ability to unlike something, and it's also me cheating on that icon just to ensure that when I'm selecting the heart, I'm in the dual tone option. I'm not doing like a search, and that we're having directly there, which is from the dual tone option. Otherwise, we're not just looking for hearts and they're not getting the same icons. You don't care about that. That, I mean, that's mobile. Mobile is going to be flat on the side. That's what we just said. So I'm going to just remove that as an option. I'm also going to reverse the others. Can I push? Yeah. It's gonna make sense. This thing is gonna need to be wider. Oh, I can't do that. See. Cool. Nonetheless, that kind of works. That gives us the ability to do just that and have the right amount of space above the header. And good with it. I'm happy with that option. I will give it to you with on every pages, just in case. Just in case it's useful. I don't know. And Josh, I kind of answered in my head, or read your message in my head, sorry. What are you telling yourself on the imposter syndrome section? What is the feeling that you have? The thing is, Sully is kind of bad. But I'm not. I mean, against it. Again, I don't give a shit. If you wanted to have that as a regular things, okay. Okay, if you want that to be a tad bit lighter compared to the background, we can. Always like options. I don't think it is, but I mean, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. So you tell me. If you want that to be non-transparent, we can make it non-transparent. That changes nothing. Yeah, it's also dated and old and doesn't really appeal to most people now. But if it works for you, it works for you. Again, I don't give a shit. You don't, and that's my point. That's the main issue. Hmm. Oh. I know you don't care about the light mode anyways, but it's a waste of time for you. It might not be a waste of time for some people, which is the main reason why I'm also including it as a backup just in case. Now, some people do like and prefer that. Or kind of need it also. It depends. Some people need light. Which I know sound weird to some other people that don't need it. But visual impairment is on a wide spectrums. And thank you for the notification. Appreciate it. I don't know about that. You know what? I do know about that. uh, mm, how? How is this one there? That makes no sense. It's supposed to be at the bottom. Anyways, it doesn't matter. It does not matter.
It's muscle time!
Again? God damn, Stoney, you're giving back points for no fucking reason. How? I mean, yeah, no, I get it, but still. Nah, sit-ups is gonna be bad. I don't. I need something on my feet to hold me down for sit-ups. I know. We do. We do thing. Okay. Hmm. God damn, the Figma file again is struggling. Mm-hmm. What do you mean blow? Trying to see if we can have like a fake overlay. Technically. On hover. Or on hop open. Open. You did add that though. At least on your screenshot there, they do have these. Which is impressive. They were not in the design and you added some radius. Yeah, blur is really heavy, which is sad. Which is sad. I guess that's gonna work. I'm still unsure about that section. Something about it, specifically these buttons are bad and attached wrong. I feel like it could be the main gradient being attached to visible. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. It does look pretty good though. Not gonna lie, if you have like a different theme things and it matches. It's pretty good. Alright. Anything else? That's not supposed to happen. I'm on my phone right there. I like it. I'm not on my phone, I'm on my browser on my phone, so that makes sense to have that view. That's pretty good. You didn't change the header color, which is fine, but still it would be better to have the header color to match the panel itself. It seems you have a bit of a, either it's the arc thing that has a glow. I'm guessing it's the arc thing that has a glow, so don't care about that. Light mode works. That is bad, as I said, but we're good. And then you said click the logo. That is bad, but I'm fine with it. Yeah, it works. You said no, as in no for what? That is bad. That shouldn't be there. I'm on an iOS device. That shouldn't be there. God damn it. Jonathan, hi, I'm calling. I know what you're trying to say, but it's not true. I took all the app version. That specific thing is the under status bar thing, technically, officially. So it's a different thing. It is bad. If it just were to, you know, do that and get it on my own, and then from here, I don't think I can from Arc. Yeah, that notification bar is shit. It shouldn't happen. I know that it's your official right now toggle to be able to switch it between the two, but it shouldn't be displayed on iOS. It should be displayed on Android because that makes sense for Android to have the colored status bar. I forgot if I can download the thing. I don't think I can. Yeah. iOS has a bigger header status bar than Android, which is really sad, to be honest. It takes so much fucking space for no reason. Yeah, had to add to home screen is not a thing on top. So I'm trying to get it through Chrome. Yeah, that's bad. Bad. That's bad. The rest is fine. To a degree. But that's bad. That takes space for no fucking reason. And on top of that, it's not placed properly. That's why I'm saying it shouldn't exist. Yeah. Let me check on Android. Am I logged in? No. Come on. I wish I could show you what's happening at the top, because that's crazy. It's just refreshing for no fucking reason. Yeah, I don't know what's happening on this one. App-dev is just like cycling, full cycling, and doing exactly that, which, to my personal opinion, not really good. Yeah. I can't force reload, that's the thing. I can't stop it to reload or from reloading. I've been trying to do that. And like I'm trying to click the that thing here, and it just doesn't work. It's giving me this page, which is gonna be contact. I move. It's giving me nothing at all, and the force reload is not giving me shit. So I have cleared. I have cleared the browser data stuff. Took a while. Anyways, because I'm on Android right now, that makes sense. And then from there, add to home screen, install, good. Which way you at? There. Oh, that icon is bad. Yeah, it's even worse. Look at that. It's not placed properly. That's bad. That's a loss of space. That shouldn't be there. The rest is good though. The rest loads. The content works. The search works. Still kind of chipped at the bottom, as displayed earlier, like the input field. Well, it works. things load, we have content, we're good. But then that status bar is just plain wrongly placed. I'm sad about it because you did a great job on the whole thing. Like everything is good. I haven't said that on stream yet, but you did good. And it's sad that it's just such teeny tiny things. Anywho, it works. That's the most important thing. Anyway. All right, back to that. What else? Oh, fun stuff. I didn't think that would happen, but that did happen. Yeah, I didn't think I would have like a screensaver on mobile. Which also, I don't know if that's good. I think it's missing things, as in compared to the desktop one, again. Like that. And I get it. I get it. But I'm on mobile. I would probably have the poster or the backdrops being like taking most of the screen rather than forcing the horizontal version. I know you're working on something else, which is fine. But I don't know. That section to bounce like the DVD thing, yes. 100%. 100%. But it's good. The background animation is pretty good. I just feel like most posters, again, it's a most situation, which doesn't happen on desktop. Most posters are going to have the content of the poster, the most important thing on the poster in the center. And then good job. You have a good taste in music, GK. Also fun. How's your day going? While you're working on the header thingy, any other pages? You're reading you are reading, what the fuck is that title? It's not And Then His Dick Fell Off, it's the other one. But I always forget. Tiny. Thank you. You're reading. Dang. I know. Is weird. That's yeah. It's good content. Oh, yeah. Well. Appreciate it. Stoney again. The Too many things. I don't think I have an answer to my question. Is there a very specific page, screens, things that you want to have a layout for that haven't been defined in that set of screens so far? I appreciate Spotify then. I see. I see. It's crazy. The thing is, I don't know how. Right, I kind of do know how, uh, but I don't know how you come up with um, with that song, like as as an artist. I don't know. It makes no sense. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. Oh, what? 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 Ah. Eh. Stony, I think this is your plugin placing things somewhere when I multi-click multiple times on the same thing to add content. I feel like that's probably it. And it added the images further out, like in the farthest point. That's probably it. Either your plugin or the other plugin that I tried to run last time. Anyways, collection is basically this, unless I mean, right now collection is not really defined, and we don't have a user-made collection, like not really. Yeah, no, I mean, it's this for collection. It's supposed to be this on desktop, which is basically a variant of library with content on top. That's all I can see from, again, that thing. So I don't know. I don't know how good it can be. I mean, sorry, let me rephrase that. I know how good it can be, but I feel like it needs specifics. That would require like a full design, I think. Just get these things to work together. But to me, it's basically this. Like it's the same content. It's just that instead of this, getting I'm getting this. Right. So I'm getting the back button is going to be here. And then I'm getting the title. It's going to be the title of the library collection thingy. That I think is going to stay somewhere I have a feeling that it's going to be better. This one, however, is going to have somehow truncation because we can't have that. Luby, 5.1. Pretty good. How was you? 5 line, 5 lines. 5 lines is going to be fine. And then we have after that we have that. Sub info. And that sub info is gonna be annoying. Because that content is weird. Because we don't have like a we don't have a poster, right? Sure, fine. Welcome back. How was you? How was your day? That poster seems stretched to me, but that's probably it's just inspired by anyways. That's a lot of data we have that I don't have on this side, and also that's a very big number. Faith, why is that? Why is that? It's 48. I can't make. I mean, I could make it 24. Like half of it. Maybe. Maybe. Bitch. Good news indeed, yes. That is good news. I need to update my resume again. Some of the recruiter person thingy that I'm following are recommending to add AI to resume if you have touched any AI features right now. Like they're saying it needs to be added yesterday, and I'm gonna do that. It's gonna be fine. What do you mean you messed up? That yes, that is an indeed fast pass, 100%. I hate it. Okay. We need what I did here because that's basically it. Um, yeah, that's not what I call messing up, Faith. That's different. You didn't really have a choice. That's not a thing that you can avoid. And also, it's a thing that happens to a lot of people, and there is always that reaction of why didn't you leave? Why did you stay? Which is the same thing, and all of that. And I would rather tell you to not focus on that. I know it's easier said than done, but it doesn't change the fact that it's a fair point. It's yeah, it's a fair point. Shit. Really? How are these people? I mean, how are these people? That's a fair question. I put something on eBay related, not eBay, but kind of for, I don't know, I might have put it for like $100 or $150. And there's a person sending me a message and saying, I'm taking it from you 60, which is basically half of what I want. And their point is like, uh, uh, I can take it today or tomorrow if you want for 60 for a thing that I have placed at, I don't know, 150. 100. They want a $40 discount on something that is sold at 230 new, and it's brand new. Them bitches. I don't get it. God. Okay, I have everything. God damn, that took way too long. Um, yeah, face that makes sense. It's sad. I'm happy that you're now not there because it's important. But yeah, it's kind of sad. At least safe, you know. That is the most important thing. Shit. Okay, so not entirely right. Still better than just placing things. I'm gonna attempt to switch that to something that is different. Uh, and like that, just for the sake of having something that looks weird and not right for now. Did you implement this, Stone? Or did you not implement this? I forgot. I don't think you did. Only in the info. Well, cool. I know that it sounds different and whatever, but right. We have colors, icons, collection thing. So it might be just a secondary version of these cards. Same component, different placement. Because you already have the entirety of the content that you need in if you have created like a component for that or a thing. And Faith, again, you didn't fail. Things happened, and at that time you couldn't react and do the thing that you had to do because it didn't seem like the right decision. So you didn't fail anyone. You just couldn't do anything, and now you are back in your feet, and you are better, and it's what's important, right? Yeah, but it's damn it. Marmalade and time also. It's the same. It's the same content. Specifically for me, as I looking at it here, where we have the two properties, I could, right, just duplicate that and call that pill. Just reuse the same content because that's really it. The fact that we have the properties and the things and all that already. That's my point. Mm-hmm. That does count. 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 That was very French of me. That does count. Yes. 100%. That's a wild question. Um, where do I get projects from that I could build that other will profit from? It's a weird question to me because it's like as if you said you don't want to profit from the thing that you made. It sounds exactly like me, which that's sad. Uh, oh, that's cool. Now it works. So I can do that. Sony, that's all I was trying to do for the past 2 minutes. Um, you could do that and have your tags in the same property thing. Not saying it's good. It's just that, you know, it's an option. Purpose I did that someone wanted to pay me for, I never received the money, was the only one. I already finished, I see. Yes. You need to pay for light mode because most people and most clients are needing light mode, so I'm giving you dark mode as a base. And then if you want what your client needs, you pay for the light mode. I have thought about it. For what? That's probably the issue for me right now. Okay. I can't read that, Faith. I don't know what that kanji means yet. I recognize the everything, but it's not one that I know. I know the left side, the top side, the bottom side, but I just yeah, that's just sad. Done. Good. Back to this thing. That's put in place. Contains timestamp, total duration, check. That's what you had. Oh, sign, I see. Do I have it? I don't think I do. It has similar starting points, but it's not. Also, I'm looking at the Japanese kanjis, just in case. Which is not good. Like the one that we have in Japanese is this one, which is not the same. It has the same side. Starting left character radical thing. Not the rest. It's fine. Cool. I like that. Yes. That's pretty good. Again, same example as last time. Same thing that I said last time. I have a feeling that the extreme cases that we have as a reference here, sorry, here, with a ton of thing is not gonna happen often. But just in case it happens, these are gonna ramp to the next level. That's the plan. There is one. Yes, there is one thing that I could say as a potential. That's the thing that you need to define in UX and UI on my side. What I'm gonna say, it's probably a positive. For you, it might be a negative. You define what you want to do. If these movies in a collection or in a movie itself as well are really out there when it comes to the genre in which they are, you may end up with a lot of different colors at the top that will attract the eyes of the viewers. Therefore, it might be not the best option. You could implement a grayed out version, which is just ensuring that the background's gray on default, but then on hover, it takes the color as an interactions for ease of reading for the page. If that's the thing that works for you, I feel like that would probably be better in the long term if you have collections that goes into like further colors, mainly because like action and adventure and action are probably going to be in the same movies or collection, and maybe on the same side you would have like a comedy if you go into Marvel, and then you could have something else that is blue, and then you have like a ton of different colors. So yeah, I know that's why I'm saying hey, for special specifically for collections as well. It's a different thing. Don't drink too much, Faith, please, and have good work tomorrow. Please take care of yourself. That is important. But yeah, that's the point. The colors might be too much. And what do you mean by above 5? As in, if I am in above 5 situation, above 5 genre, like this. See how complex it is and colorful. So you know, damn. I don't know. I don't like it. That's good though. So yeah, I feel like have a good night, man. Take care of yourself. I know. It's a good thing. I'm not saying that boring ass spinners are good. I'm saying I don't like this one specifically. I feel like there would be a better option to get a loading animation, specifically now with the tech that we have. But for now, I'm not one to do animations just yet. So, I don't think skeleton would work because skeleton would imply like a minimal version of the page that you are 100% sure exists, where it's not necessarily the case. Like if you go into that page, the skeleton might have the same thing as anime because it's the same loading thing, which has like a ton of content. But special doesn't have much more. And so if your connection is kind of slow, it might load for a while before you can see that you have just one thing. But the skeleton showed you 15 options. So that's the thing that I don't really like for that reason. Most pages are going to be good if you have like 15 options top corner, which is what I had in the beginning. But for that reason, being that some spaces don't have the same thing, it's complicated to get. Anyways, so yeah, grayed out background thingy story that might be a better option for me. You can keep them as colored on mobile, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And then I said something as contains time span duration check. Contains time span duration check. Contains. Do we do that in a tag format? I guess it's gonna be in tag format. I don't know. I mean, you know what? I do know. You have your rating first, and then you have your 88 out of 88 usual. You have your time span. So I have a feeling that this is not going to work. Also, who the fuck writes hours fully and minutes not fully? Also, I don't like that. Because what's going to happen is going to be this, right? Would you want to express it that day as days? Is it what you get? Do we have collections in there? I forgot. Yeah. I don't think we do. We do? Ah. I still haven't watched this thing. Sorry about that. Um, the link from. You know what? That's a fair point. Shit. Oh, good. uh, you do not have the. I mean, you do not have. We don't have here the length, the full length in terms of duration if you watch the entire thing. So it's a U thing. The total time span watching is going to be a U thing. So again, do you want to display that as a hours spent, or do you want to display that as days, hours? Spent. What do you mean sheet? Then you go days, okay. I have a feeling that we will have like a thing that has more than 100 movies and more than 100 not more than 100 days. I doubt it, but we never know, right? So that's the thing. Yeah, that's there. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Specifically, if you have like a special, like a Marvel special that contains the episodes of each TV shows plus the movies plus things, you get like a ton of content. So that's gonna happen. Cool. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. The other thing that I was heading is these things don't exist. Do you still want the tag? I said nothing. Oh, impressive. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Outgoing links, I don't know. Maybe not. And now I'm debating these ones being like outside. And I don't like that. Yeah. I mean, we're laughing about it, but the end goal is to get access to legal licenses of movies and TV shows and own the data. So yeah. Oh, you went on the feed thing, GK? Is that what happened? I don't like that section genre, I think. Bit of an issue. So that's a bit of an issue. I don't like that. Okay, cool. That's good to know. I'm gonna use that, right? Oh, you mean the you mean this in the background here? Like the video in the background? Which is looping endlessly on the player? Yeah. Yeah. There's a thing that a friend contacted me about at some point when I was doing the when I was doing these things. Like he saw these kind of looping videos in 3Ds and he asked me if I could do like some really similar-ish 3D loops that could be in the background of his videos or his musics as entertainment and things, because that's a pretty important stuff. For some of the Japanese music I'm listening, you have like basically small chunks of the music video, the official music video. Usually it's the main chorus section or the most hyped version. But yeah, I think that's the thing that we were discussing. That could have been fun. Different vibes and different ideas. Now that I'm looking at this, when I want to rotate the corners for some reason. Ah. Anyways, the video is pointless, but it just attracts. Attracts and keeps people in. Just the plan. No. Welcome back. Both of you. We're missing this. These 4 elements. We have the menu right there, but we don't have the buttons actions just yet. So because I moved that everywhere else. Well, at least you score.
Horny.
You haven't, GK, you were not here when that happened. Let me show you something. Just give me 1 second. There was a time where we were creating emotes. And And we had good emotes for like CK, which is another streamer. We did all of these. And there were a lot of times where we had the smooth brain situations while designing. And so that prompted this smooth brain emote. How can I say that
Everyone's in horny jail.
it didn't go through? Yeah. We didn't release that for the sake of that. It is a pretty good emote. It's also a combined emote, so that you have two of them, and you can have one side that is pretty good, 5 head, and one side that is not good, pretty smooth. So, yeah. I don't think it looks like ball sacks. I think it looks like a tip. Anyways. It's the main reason why it didn't go through and why Twitch didn't allow it, because it looked like something else. Even though we tried to say, no, it's not. It's just smooth brain. Yeah. I see. I see. Anyways. I don't know. I don't know if I want the actions to be at the top or if I want the actions to be at the bottom. I don't know. And I also know that this is kind of half necessary, and we also need here a link button that doesn't have any icons, and that is gonna be expand or see or something, read or read all, yeah, read all. Read all is weird, but it's necessary. The game I played the longest, you know what? I don't know. I would add, yeah, no, you're right. Read more, but read more is kind of weird because it's basically expand. That's why I'm like, but more words. Anyways, adding a variable in your question. The game that I played the most and I enjoyed the most was Overwatch. When it comes to online, and Borderlands 4 series when it comes to not online. Though the game that I have played the most has been Call of Duty, Black Ops 1 and 2. Yes. That I have spent a good 3 years on that one. And yes, you can guess my main. I haven't played Overwatch 2 yet. Like, basically, I think we have shown that in the past. but when I left, or the last time that I played, Doomfist and Orisa were announced and kind of coming in. And then I think this one, not this one, the other healer, Moira? Is it Moira? I guess it's Moira. Moira was kind of announced at that point, and then I kind of left then. So yeah, I've seen all of them, but yeah, I look like a Bastion player, what on? Quite the opposite. In tank, because I kind of main multiple roles. Obviously in tanks, I am a Diva main and a Reinhardt main. Most of the time, it's the easiest to get because just Diva has a second life, and Reinhardt is just like you stay in the front and you just make sure that you go through. That's fine. In DPS, I was most of the time Sombra, because it's really easy to do go invisible, and also I do like to have speed. Sombra is also like a very speedy one. And Farah, most of the days. I had some events where I was May and Widowmaker for a long period, but not as much. And then on support, I am mostly Lucio main because it's just speed, and speed is good. So, yeah. The rest is just I don't know them. Also, yeah, there is like a ton of things that don't have all of the current heroes, I guess. But you know, Bastion has never been really cool or interesting for me. And I mean, the small Korean girl, obviously, I'm gonna go there. And Sombra is basically speed. So, yeah. Life Weaver, I've seen the tree once. I don't like it. I have no clue who these three are. I have never played either Bridget or Baptiste. Echo was weird for me because it felt like a duplicate of Symmetra. So I don't know. And Wrecking Ball is just weird. I don't get it either. But yeah. Reaper is just go in. Fuck everything. We don't care. So I don't know. No, yeah, Diva is Korean. I mean, you start every game when you are playing Diva, and she said Annyeong. It's just hi in Korean. Kiriko is Japanese. I would probably go click on it because I can understand what she's saying. Obviously, this is so so bilingual. And Stoney, yes, you probably would. You probably would kick my ass in Black Ops 2. I mean, technically, you probably would kick my ass in any shooter game. Anyway, have you seen this thing? Have you seen the fact that I'm on the Mac? And Larkin, did you say something else? I streamed one game. I streamed two. Probably Spy. Hi, what morning? I had two streams when I was gaming. I had one with Overwatch games. I didn't like it, so the stream lasted 40 minutes tops. And I had another one where I played Cozy Island or something. I forgot what it is. And I just hated it the whole time, which is really sad. So, yeah. I did play on other people's streams. I had Among Us games. I had Overwatch games. That's about it. I tried to get into other games as an option, but it really didn't work. So, yeah, mostly like gaming with other people is not good. Like, I don't like to give call outs when playing, and I don't like to. Well, it's not that I don't like it, I don't understand what the call outs are. So when someone is telling me to go somewhere, I don't know where that somewhere is.
Robbins P just resubscribed for 19
So,
months.
yeah.
I cancelled my old bank account and now everything is breaking, Sursad.
Good. Thanks out for the reset. I appreciate that. And welcome back to the new bank account, I guess. You said for your portfolio, wouldn't it be beautiful to have a slight glow when you harvest stuff? Yes, it would. I did that in a hurry to have something that is related to my resume at the bottom of my website. It took me like 12 minutes to do, and that's about it. That's all the effort that I had put on that. So yes, it needs that whole website needs more time. And I'm trying to catch up with chat, and I can't. No. No.
Jeroen Van Wissen just subscribed.
Thanks a lot for this sub. I appreciate that. What is it? If you're on a Mac, this is the best mouse. I'm not kidding. This is the best mouse if you're on a Mac. There is no other thing. This is the best ever, and I'm just now so used to the buttons on the side of the MX one that I have a hard time going back to this. But this is the fucking best mouse for Mac. Anyways, I'm struggling to catch up. I could agree with that, yes. I think the Bluetooth of Mac OS or Apple products work great together. Like, I rarely have issues with the trackpad. I rarely have issues with the AirPods, and that's the reason why I'm using the AirPods while I'm streaming. Because I had issues with the regular headset, Bluetooth headset. I do have issues with these. I do have issues with the MX keys as well that are Bluetooth. But when I'm plugging the regular macOS, Apple keyboard, I'm good with it. So yeah. But other than that, I agree. I agree. I don't think that, Robin, but I don't think that works with the multi-points thingy. The tiny receiver that we get in the box. I don't think, because I have my Mac right here, my PC right here. I don't think it would communicate well if you have the receiver. I think it needs to be on Bluetooth / Wi-Fi at the same time. Just saying. I know. And GK, you said, am I a better player than you in shooters? Probably not. Like, I'm not someone that plays game. I'm just someone that wants to have a good time when I'm playing games. Therefore, I never play games because I never have a good time with playing games. I have a better time watching other people play games. So also, when I was on Overwatch, I was a console player. Like, I've been on PS4 for the longest time. So aim is easier-ish on console. There's still aim assist, of course. Though, when I went to my sister's ex's house, who was gaming with his brother, and party at the house, or then I did play on mouse and keyboard, and I still had like good reaction time, and that was pretty good. But yeah. Also, thank you for missing the hype train. Appreciate that. Yeah. Like, for me, I'm watching a lot of people that are playing Apex Legends. To me, to watch has been one of the most entertaining game, and it has some mechanics that I love. Though when I got it and tried to play it, I don't know what the ammo is. I don't know what the guns are. I just pick up whatever the fuck is in front of me, and I wouldn't be able to choose which gun is better than the other and what like ammunition needs to go in. Picking up everything, and at the end of the day, I'm just having the basic bad loot thing. So I don't do that. You know, this bad. But yeah, I'm not someone that um, I like name. That's fun for French people. The RSA or the RSA is a fund that people like me right now are receiving. People that don't have a job receive money from the government. So it's fun that that happened, and we have nothing to talk about. Anyways, um, so yeah, I was a control player for a long time. I tried to play with the MX keys and MX Master 3, and it's not the greatest. Though pride and joy of my online career, I had a game with that guy. Like, he's streaming a lot, and he does from time to time games with viewers. And one day I joined, and we had like 2 matches. It was fun. Real good. It's really fun to have like a bit of a connection with someone that you have listened to since you were like 10. And yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I'm tired. That's where we are right now. Therefore, Estonia might be better than you if I'm on keyboard and mouse. Okay. I doubt it. You want to see some TDs? That sounds specific. I don't know about that. Give me the link. It's not TDs, but it's TDs. I like the overlay. That's why I clicked on it. Yeah, why not? Done. Press button. All day. I'm dying. Gonna need to do a lot of things. So, yeah. All day. Just stay for the raid. That way you gain points. Anyways, VOD is going to be on YouTube as always. You know, all that. You can also have Discord if you have questions when I'm offline, and you can stalk me online. I shall be back though on Wednesday, on Friday, at 6:30 Paris time, and yeah, and the mobile, the last one that we were working on is not done, so yeah, not a thing. Not a thing, not yet. I think the header needs to be kind of reworked, and the section, I'm missing some buttons. So, you know, all that. And yeah, we'll see. Anyways, take care of yourself as always. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will have a bit of an issue with that thing, so I'm gonna do that. And which is really bad. Damn. As always. Eat something, drink something, be kind to each other, enjoy coffee, and we'll see you soon. Bye.